If you compare an internal SSD with an external one, there are tons of problems that you will see with the external SSD. As compared to internal one, they are actually very slow. The cost is on the higher end. Modification that you can do is not possible at all. In case of the internal connector breaks out or any hardware damage, getting the data recovered is a pretty big task. But again, the external SSDs are convenient, right? But what if I tell you, you can use an internal SSD without actually opening your laptop, which can be made possible using this small device that I have in my hand. Let me show you how. Let's talk about the inbox content. You'll be getting the USB-C to C, USB-C to A cable, and you'll also get the thermal pad, the stand, the case, and the SSD enclosure. Let's talk about the features. Here you will be getting the NVMe M2 SSD enclosure. Now, in case if you want any other type, then you can just click on the link in the description and select the particular model that you want. It has USB 3.2 support, which will give you a transfer speed of up to 10 gigabits per second, which can easily transfer your 1 GB file within a second. Now, this enclosure specifically is tool-free installation, which means you do not need any screwdriver or anything to just set up this. You can easily open it anytime and put the SSD in. The biggest advantage of this one is it comes with Type-C support, so it is easy to transfer data and fast at the same time. It comes with Smart Sleep option, which is a good feature. Here, automatically the sleep mode gets activated after 15 minutes of inactivity, which will give a long life for your SSD. Now, talking about the design, it comes with the aluminum cell, which will actually help in putting out the heat that gets generated. Even the cooling fans are there, which automatically get started after 10 seconds you start copying your file. And on the side, it even has the vent so that the air can be blown out. And still, if the heat stays in, you have the thermal pads, which will again help you to remove whatever heat that stays over there. The chipset that gets used in this is the RTL9210. And talking about the setup, it is just of 6 steps. I'll put the image on the screen. You can check this out later if you want to need this. And now you can see over here that this particular SSD is an internal SSD that I have installed on this particular device. Now what happens with that is, this internal SSD I got at a lot more cheaper price as compared to the external SSD, which is a plus point of this one. Also, you have a thermal pad installed separately, which you can replace anytime you want. And with that, with this budget itself, you get a fan also inside this, which is again a good upgrade, which means multiple mods you can do with this particular SSD. You can even change the SSD in future if you want, and still the case remains same. And talking about the data recovery, hence you can change this particular case, and if the connector broke out, you can just easily replace this particular device under 1000 rupees and get a new one, the new connector for you, and you can easily install that SSD, which means this old SSD, in the new device, and the data recovery problem is solved in case of hardware damage. So now this is how you can exactly save your money instead of wasting it on the external SSD, which are more costly than this one. If you're not sure exactly which SSD you should go with, for sure I'll bring a detailed video about the SSD in the next part. And also, let me know in the comments what do you think about this process. We will surely have a discussion on that. So that's it for this video. See you in some another video. Till then, bye-bye.